A must-watch African folktale. Long ago, when the earth was fresh and the stars still whispered to the rivers, there lived a clever but mischievous creature named Anansi. He was not a man, nor simply a spider. He was both a spirit that danced between worlds, loved for his wit but feared for his trickery. In the lively village of Nyamiko, Anansi lived in a small hut on the village's edge. People often laughed at his clever tales and sometimes cursed his cunning tricks. But Anansi did not mind. Deep down, he dreamed of being more than just a trickster. He dreamed of greatness, of respect, of riches, and of his name echoing through time. One scorching afternoon, when the sun was a golden eye in the sky, Anansi ventured deep into the sacred parts of the forest, a place where the leaves whispered secrets and the earth hummed with forgotten magic. There, under a colossal baobab tree older than memory itself, he found it. A pot. Not just any pot, but a golden pot, floating midair, spinning slowly as if it were alive. A voice, soft yet powerful, rose from within. I am the vessel of abundance. I grant endless treasure and food to the one who possesses me. But beware, greed shall break my gift. Anansi's heart pounded, a treasure without end. His eyes gleamed with dreams of palaces, banquets, and riches beyond the imagination of kings. Without thinking twice, he seized the pot and rushed home. At first, Anansi was cautious. Each morning, he would whisper, "Oh pot, grant me enough yen to feed my family." Or, "Oh pot, give me a coin for my simple needs." The pot obeyed, and life became sweet. Soon, word spread. Villagers whispered about Anansi's sudden fortune, his growing supplies, his effortless wealth. Some admired him, others grew suspicious. One evening, the village chief visited Anansi's home. "Anansi," he said, "your fortunes have bloomed like the river lotus. Share your blessings with the village, and your name shall live forever." Anansi smiled warmly, but behind his eyes, a new hunger stirred. "Why should I share?" he thought. "I found the pot. It is mine alone." Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Anansi's hut transformed into a grand stone house. Servants bowed at his feet. Feasts were thrown every night, but only for those he deemed worthy. The poor? The hungry? He ignored them. "They are jealous," he laughed to himself, as he lounged on golden cushions, sipping sweet palm wine. Yet the pot's warnings haunted him in dreams. In the dark of night, he would hear, "Greed will break my gift. Greed will break my gift." But Anansi was deaf to wisdom now. His heart beat only for more.
One night, a terrible hunger seized him. Not a hunger of the belly, but a hunger of the soul. He stood before the golden pot, eyes wild. "Give me everything," he roared. "Fill this house till it bursts. Gold enough to drown mountains. Food enough to flood the seas." The pot trembled. A crack ran down its side. The ground shivered beneath Anansi's feet. The air grew heavy. The night itself seemed to hold its breath. Yet still, Anansi demanded more. "More, more, more. I am Anansi, the great. Nothing shall deny me." And then, with a sound like 1,000 thunderclaps, the pot shattered into 1,000,000 burning shards. Anansi was thrown high into the air. When he crashed back to the earth, the palace, the gold, the servants, all had vanished. Even the clothes on his back were gone, replaced by ragged threads. He was left with nothing but the hollow echo of his greed. But that was not the end. The pot's magic had cursed him. Everything Anansi touched out of greed would now crumble to dust. The villagers, once and all, turned their faces from him. The children pointed and whispered, "There goes the fool who wanted the world and lost himself." Even the forest shunned him. The rivers refused to reflect his face. The birds stopped singing when he passed by. Anansi wandered, a ghost of his former self, seeking forgiveness from a world he had betrayed. They say that if you walk through the heart of the forest on a moonless night, if you stand still under the old baobab tree, you can hear a soft whisper. Greed is a hunger that eats the soul. It is Anansi, forever warning those who would follow in his footsteps. And so, the tale of Anansi and the golden pot lives on, a lesson whispered through winds and sung by rivers. True wealth is not in gold or treasures, but in kindness and gratitude. Power gained without humility is a curse, not a blessing. And he who chases the world with empty hands returns with an empty heart. Remember, the real magic lies not in taking, but in giving.